Hello everyone, Sunny here, and welcome back to another episode of Sky Factory 4 here on the channel. We have done a lot of things in between episodes, and today's episode is going to be a little bit different than the other two that you may have seen on the channel. It's mostly just going to be me for today's episode, and we are going to be getting done a lot of automation, a lot of resource gathering, and a lot of technical things and bits and bobs. I'm actually very excited for this. We have so many things in this mod pack, and I am very interested in all of the technical things and all of the resource farming and all of the stuff that you probably expect me to be interested in. So let's hop into it. I seriously have a lot of stuff I want to do. So I hope that you enjoy. So as a little bit of an update, we have actually gone to the Nether, and I might show you some footage of that in today's episode near the end of the video, but we went to the Nether of Jesse B, we got a Nether cake, and we explored all that stuff with Zoe and Jesse, and it was quite fun. By the way, Jesse's base is all the way 2,200 meters away, so yeah, we literally built a bridge going all the way there. It was crazy. So we got a little bit of quartz and other things. I've also been farming a lot of stuff. As you can see, we have resources going for iron, lapis, redstone, coal sand, gravel, clay, bone, tin, vanilla, trees, apple sugar, dirt, cotton, stone, olive, and lead. And we're going to be getting a lot more resources. These are basically the hopper bonsai pots. These grow a little teeny tiny tree automatically harvest it and then put it into the hoppers. And I went at AFK for like 5 minutes and then I logged off the server. And there's a little bit more resources than I thought there would be. This isn't a normal chest. This is a compact chest, and it's a lot bigger than you expect. And the beauty of Modded, I can just click on this with my scroll wheel or middle click and it will organize the entire thing. So yeah, we have full chests full of absolutely every single resource that we could ever need. And it is absolutely insane. Look how much stuff that we got. We're going to be significantly expanding this little resource farm in today's episode. And we are going to be setting up auto smelters, auto crafters, auto storage, and all of the beautiful things. I also set up a massive Tinker's smeltery as well. As you can see, it is just producing a bunch of iron. This thing is honestly pretty huge, and it can smelt over a stack of the ambers at one time. Each amber gives you 2 iron ingots, and then we're casting all of those into blocks. And at this point in time, we have several stacks of iron blocks. We got some tin, of course, some lead, and I haven't even bothered to like craft the rest of these things because this takes forever to craft. You got to grab a bunch of the acorns, you got to grab a bunch of the resins, and then you got to craft those into the ambers, and I really haven't bothered to craft that much of anything. I want to set up an auto crafting system to turn all of this stuff into the various ambers, and then we'll smelt that down and get resources from it magically. It's gonna be great fun. Before we can move on to getting auto crafters and smelters and storage technology, we need to finish farming certain specific resources. Specifically, I need to get gold saplings and diamond saplings, and I guess we'll also go ahead and get silver. I'm not sure what that's used for. And then blue slime. Also don't know what that's used for. Ideally, I'd also like to get some donuts and some bacon saplings. So we'll go ahead and get all of these things. Now, these are actually fairly easy things to get. If we open up the JEI and type in the gold sapling, we can see the crafting recipe for this. We just need to get ourselves an oak sapling and put some gold into the thing. No, because you need gold to get the gold okay. You can get it from bonsai. How do you make gold saplings? Because you got to get molten gold to begin with, which gives gold. Okay, maybe we'll skip gold for now and we'll just go to silver. How about that? That sounds a little bit easier. Silver saplings. Okay, so for silver saplings, you need the mineral saplings. And in order to get the mineral saplings, you need to put a lapis sapling into some water. That is a very easy thing to do. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a little bit of these lapis dudes, and we'll just chuck these straight into the water. That should give us mineral, right? Yes, great. I want 5 of these, and I'm not sure what minerals used for, but now we got some of these. I'll set up a farming row for these dudes, and now I need to do what with these exactly? I need to put molten silver on top of a mineral. in order to get a silver. So I have to have silver in order to get silver. But how do you get silver? Can I make silver amber first? Okay, so we needed petrified resin, lead resin, tin resin, and then some grapes. Okay, that's probably how you gotta get the, that's probably how you gotta get the gold as well. You gotta make the amber first. I see, I see. Lucky for me, I happen to be farming a bunch of the lead. We have a bunch of the iron berries in here from ironwood trees, I believe it is, or whatever. And then, of course, we have all the other stuff that we need as well. So we can go ahead and make ourselves a bunch of the silver amber. That should be 32 silver. We'll chuck that into the smeltery. Now all we need to do is put the mineral in there, drain that thing with some silver, and we should get ourselves a silver sapling. We're also going to go ahead and make ourselves a bunch of silver blocks as well, and now we are basically officially farming some silver. So once we get this sapling, which should be done already, bam, silver sapling. Got the achievement for that as well. Silver spoon. Nice. I'm gonna do that with the gold as well, but first of all, I need to make some more of these massive compact chests. Now, how you do that is you need yourself like a little chest building crafting table, which looks pretty sweet, and then you can adjust how many columns it has, how many rows it has, and depending on the size of the chest, it will require different amounts of resources. So the largest one requires an entire stack of fences, a stack of iron, 18 chests, and 4 clay. We can make a couple of these as long as we sacrifice all of our resources to it, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Of course, I need to make a bunch of hopper bonsais as well, and then we'll be ready to go for farming even more of these different resources. Additional farms have been set up, and we are now ready to go for farming all of this mineral. It turns out that these are 6 long and not 5. Okay, so we'll get more saplings from these guys, and I'm just going to start off with 1 silver sapling. That'll give us a lot more silver saplings as time goes on. Yeah, there we go. Mineral wood, mineral leaves, and a stick. That's exactly what I want. Oh, and then we got mineral berries. And crystallized mineral chunk. Mineral berries. What do you think these taste like? Metal. Tasty and illuminating. I disagree. It tastes like metal. So the thing about farming gold or creating gold amber is that you need some yellow dye. Now, of course, normally it's very easy to get yellow dye. In fact, dandelions are like all of the world. However, we're purely in a swamp, and this swamp goes 1,000 blocks all the way to Zloy, all the way over there, and 1,000 blocks all the way to Mr. Beardstone as well, and very far that direction. Lucky for us, we actually have a little bit of a magic bean. This is something that I found in the Nether, and whenever you bone meal this, you actually get a random item from it. This gives you pretty much every different type of seed and things in the game. You can't set up a bone meal dispenser like vanilla crops, but I have an auto clicker that I specifically made for this. So if I just hold down a button on my mouse, it's going to spam right click, and then you just get so many things from it. It's actually kind of crazy. I love it so much. I tried putting this thing in a bonsai pot, and it did not work at all. But lucky for us, we now have some sunflowers from this little bean right here. So we can go ahead and start bone mealing those sunflowers. And we also have just about every other thing in the game as well. All 16 vanilla flowers and cocoa beans and saplings of different types, mushrooms, basically all the different vanilla crops that you can get, along with a bunch of modded things as well. Oh, I didn't even notice this bridge right here. Does this go all the way to Mr. Beardstone? I literally did not notice this until right now. Okay, so that makes a lot more sense, actually. That doesn't look like a Zloy bridge. Zloy does lower half slab bridges. Interesting. Yeah, so Mr. Beardstone must have came by and dropped off the pig treadmill. That pig over there was on the treadmill, but I punched it, and it got off the treadmill, and I can't get it back on there. I thought Zloy left this here, but Zloy did not leave this. Mr. Beardstone must have. That's great. Thanks for the treadmill. But also, I don't appreciate the subliminal message of putting a pig on a treadmill in my base. I don't need to work out. I work out plenty. I just like spamming bone meal on things. It just used half a stack of bone meal in like no time at all. And then we can turn that into 64 dye. And now we can make ourselves a full stack of this gold amber. Fantastic. One shiny boy. I'm gonna toss this stuff into the smeltery, and we're gonna get ourselves a bunch of gold saplings as well. So I'm actually gonna start off with a couple of different oak saplings. I'm gonna turn these into 3 gold saplings. That way I don't need to wait as long. I mean, the silver has already multiplied, and we can already go ahead and plant in all these guys for a total of 6 silver saplings. It's not really an issue. It just takes like a couple minutes to get saplings back from them. However, I am impatient. So we're gonna go ahead and turn all of these into gold and start farming up all of this stuff immediately. So before we go ahead and get diamonds, I'm feeling like we should just go ahead and complete the earlier parts of the crafting tree and get ourselves some blue slime saplings. I have no idea what these are actually used for. Green slime dirt. Hold on, let's look that up real quick. Green slime dirt. Upgrades bonsai growth and loot drops 100% and drop chance 100%. Okay, so 100 and 100, I mean, that's all right. This is already 142 and 140, so we don't actually need that. Although it looks like you can use it for other Tinker's Constructs things. In order to get the blue slime sapling, you need to put yourself in a lapis sapling into a cauldron of milk, which means that we need to get ourselves a cow, and in order to grow a cow, you need a cow seed, and in order to get a cow seed, you need wheat and seeds, which we of course have from the magic bean over there. I already got some wheat growing, and you know what, I'm just gonna bone meal this stuff. Oh my god, it replants automatically. I love modded. I can just spam right click on this. And then we also need ourselves a piece of leather. To get leather, you can put a bunch of different meats onto the drying rack. Unfortunately, I don't have any of these meats, meaning that I need to sacrifice one of mine Zoi's firstborn children to get the cooked pork chops in order to get the leather. So we're gonna go ahead and kill one of our children. Don't worry, we can grow more. So, bye, I'm sorry, I hope you weren't the first one. We'll throw you into a furnace, and then we will craft up ourselves some lithium. Oh, I see. Okay, so the green slimy dirt is 100 and 100, but the blue is 200 and 150%. The purple is 400 and 200%, and then the magma is 800 and 300%. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So it is actually worth farming this stuff. It's just not on the green level. The blue level is significantly better at 200% and 150. This stuff only gives 140, 2 and 140. So it's slightly better than the brown mulch. Cool. That means that we can actually upgrade all of our existing farms. Not that we actually need to, because it's all completely backed up. Oh my, I can bone meal the cow seeds. Okay, so hold on, let me stand right here and nope. I love that modded tells you how much time is left until something grows up. That is so convenient. And adult cow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Yeah, give me your milk, and then I'm gonna go make myself some blue slime saplings. So I have the blue slime saplings now, and I need to plant them on green slimy dirt, which means I need to put cactus into a cauldron full of milk, because, you know, consistency is a good thing. And ironically, I actually got some cactus seeds from that, you know, magic bean. The magic bean is seriously overpowered. I love it. Now, we can plant these on the sand, and oh my god, they are adorable. Growth 0%. What happens? Oh my god, it even does a little bit of damage to me. Tell me I can bone meal this. Yes! Full cactus. Growth 71%. Oh, right. I don't need to wait for these things to grow. I can just punch it. And then all we gotta go do is grab ourselves some milk, which is conveniently already in the cauldron, and bam! We now got ourselves some green slime dirt. So boop, boop, and then boop. Yes. I have no idea what I'm gonna get from this, but I need to make more of this green slime dirt. Oh, look at that. So this stuff gives you the brown mulch and congealed slime block. Congealed. That's a fun word to say. What happens if I stand on this? Oh, look at that, I can bounce. Well, I guess I could have guessed that. Oh, and I keep bouncing. I'm not pressing any buttons at all. I just keep bouncing. Okay, I like this a lot, actually. This is great. This is bouncy castle material right here. I need a lot more of these dudes. So it turns out you can actually just craft this stuff as well. I thought you would need the green in order to make the blue, and you would need the blue in order to make the purple, and so on and so forth, but turns out you can just craft it straight up. Now, I don't know how to make the purple, because I don't know how to get the liquid blue slime, and I can't make the magma, because I just can't make that. But we can get ourselves some milk and some light blue dye, which we have from the magic bean. And then we can jump straight to the blue slimy dirt. And that is pretty much perfect. So, cow, you're gonna get milk. You ever just like get too much milk and wish you could put it back in? Some more time later now, and I have discovered a couple things. So first of all, this redstone resin that you get can be put directly into the Tinker's furnace smelter thingy and be directly smelted down into destabilized redstone. So I have like a lot of redstone blocks now, and I mean like a lot of redstone. I need to automate this process, of course, and I also went ahead and of course got the silver, mineral, and gold supplies all going. As you can see, we got a lot of this stuff all sitting around ready to go. We got the blue slime. This stuff is producing pretty well, of course. And then we got bacons and donut trees. These were very easy to craft. I had to kill a couple of piggos, but now we have infinite supply of bacon. I'm a pig man eating bacon, and this don't feel right. I'm just gonna put that back. Don't look at me. Don't give me that stare of death. No, I'm putting it back. I'm not eating the bacon. Anyway, the last thing to do on the first tab is to get diamonds, and of course the hog tide. We'll worry about that later. So to get ourselves a diamond sapling, we're gonna look up how to do it. Diamond sapling. Which one is it? Is it that one? No, that's osmium. Is it that one? That's cobalt. That's lapis. Diamond! Okay, so this is just gonna require redstone, gold, silver, and lapis. Not gonna lie, I kind of thought making a diamond tree would be maybe a little bit more difficult than just, you know, basically this, but here we go. Diamonds for days. And now we are officially farming all kinds of diamond trees. This is very, very, very good. I can upgrade all my tools, my weapons, my armor, and do all that fun stuff. And we should get some resources into this chest very soon. And then the only other thing we need to do is actually obtain a diamond itself, which I assume we'll need to make ourselves some diamond amber for that. Diamond amber. Actually, let's just look at the crafting recipe for diamonds. We need to create them using diamond nuggets. Is that what we need to do? Or diamond acorns. Okay, 9 diamond acorns. Come on, you can do it. There's 9 right there. Fantastic. Give me a diamond. Oh yeah. I love it. There we go. We are now officially farming diamonds. So that is basically everything on the first tab. We'll worry about the resource hogs in a later video. And naturally, there is a lot more saplings, actually. As you can see, we have about 10 different saplings that we need to obtain. Osmium, netherrack, copper, ardite, glowstone, cobalt, quartz, cookie saplings, nickel, and emerald. I'm going to go ahead and work on getting all of those. I'm going to expand this entire farming row about another 8 blocks to the side for all of those additional drops. And then we will be good to go for a lot of different things. And we'll basically be farming every single automatic resource that we really need in this mod pack. I'm very, very excited for this, actually. I cannot wait. So I just did my longest live stream in a very long time, which is like 2 hours and 40 minutes. I'm usually very, very consistent with a 2-hour live stream. So if you want to see 2 hours and 40 minutes of crazy nonsense Sky Factory, you can see the VOD on the second channel. Links are everywhere. We did a lot of stuff. This is a crazy line of nonsense. I'll talk more about that later. But I just made myself an auto crafter. And this thing is automatically crafting diamonds for us. So we've gotten into simple storage, and again I'll explain it more later, but basically we're taking all of the various different diamond acorns that are from our little bit of a diamond farm right here. We're transporting them along these little lines. It goes along and goes along and goes along and goes along into this dude. Obviously, this arrangement is temporary. However, this thing has now got a recipe in it of diamond acorns. It's getting diamond acorns put into it very, very quickly, and we've given it 4 speed upgrades, and it's basically just going to keep on crafting diamonds for us. As you can see, it's already given us 5 stacks of diamonds. I love it so much. And it's actually run all the way through it. Now, you'll notice that these farms are also having sticks and logs being taken out of them as well. That is because we've set up some rather permanent storage for these things in the form of these crates. This block right here holds 258,000 wood, and right now, as you can see, it's actually got 132,000 wood in it. 132,000, you heard that correctly. And then this right here has 70,000 sticks in it. It's too many sticks. It is rather ridiculous. So we have actually done a lot of things. Oh yeah, by the way, we got a flight as well. We went to the Nether, and now we got ourselves this cute little air charm, which is rather adorable. So now we can fly around the world, and we can build underneath our platforms and stuff like that. Whew, we had quite the adventure. So many things happened. Oh yeah, by the way, the beautiful thing about this is that this guy right here requires energy. As you can see at the top there, it says 64,000 FE. I don't know what FE stands for, but the simple combustion engine literally just takes the logs, which we have 132,000 of or something. So you put some logs into it, that generates power, and then bam, that powers your auto crafters. It is so simple to automate mass resource production, so that is kind of the idea. So I have a little bit of an idea, and I'm not entirely sure if this is going to work or not, but in theory it should work perfectly fine. Basically, we're going to connect a line to the back of a furnace, and we can upgrade this to a better furnace later. Basically, we're going to have this export cable right here be filtering for oak logs or whatever, and that's going to put it directly into the chest or the bottom, you know, smelty spot. Very good, very good. And then if we do one on the top of this, we can set this to maybe iron amber. Very good. And then, yes, it does work. Fantastic. So we have a little bit of iron amber in this chest, and as you can see, it's actually getting taken out of that chest, which is exactly what we want to happen. All that iron amber is going to get smelted down, and this entire system is going to be self-propelling, self-fueling. I do not care if it's inefficient with the logs being used, and in fact, what I want to do is actually want to use different leaves for this. I believe we can use any of these leaves. So if we put in like some lapis leaves and take those out, we should be able to use those as fuel instead. This way we can burn all of the leaves that we're getting from the farm, and you basically use that for a self-sufficient system. And yes, we can actually use these leaves for a fuel. Very good. So the system is now producing iron basically for freezies. This entire simple storage system doesn't take any form of power. It just works on its own. So it's about past due that I explain how this simple storage works. Basically, it's very, very simple. Most of these things are for power generation, but you don't even really need that. So what you do need is you need one of these storage request tables. I don't actually know what that does. You need a controller, and then you need a storage network master, and I have no idea what that does either. But basically, if you got all three of these things next to each other, you can connect up a bunch of things with these cables. There's actually 4 different types of cable. Is there 4 different types? Yes, there's 4 different types. And I know what 3 of them do. So the standard storage cable is just to generally connect everything together, and these don't have any sort of interface. They're basically just like the fillers. And then you have the storage link cable. These actually set up things to be part of your storage system and to be able to interact with it. So like technically right now, this is part of our storage system. However, it's only going to be able to take items out of this. It's never going to put items into it, which is very good. We can actually whitelist and blacklist and set priority and all that kinds of fun stuff. And then we have a couple different types of cable. We have an export cable, which is going to take things out of your system. So like take things out of these chests, for example, and into a furnace over here. And you can set these up with different types of filters and priorities and upgrades and things like that, which is very good. And then we have another type of cable, which is the import. So that would take things from like this chest over here and put it into the rest of our system. Now, I did set up this right here to have a storage link on it and an export cable. It's not taking items like out the backside and putting them into the top. Instead, it's allowing us to access everything inside of the storage system while also filling it up with logs from the rest of the chests along this row. So for example, if we go back over here and click on this right here, you can see that we can see absolutely everything within this entire row of compact chests and any other type of storage that we hook up with one of these link cables. So we can see absolutely everything. We can craft with it all. We can see the amounts. And oh yeah, you can just grab items out of here, of course. So I can turn those into planks and then turn those into other planks and do whatever we want with this, basically. It's quite the nice. Now, this doesn't actually have any form of storage on it right now that I can put things into, so I can't actually dump things into here. But if I take a chest, for example, and put that right there, and then put a storage link cable on it, and then I go ahead and toss some items into the inventory here, all of that should end up within this chest. And it does, as you can see there. Then I mentioned it also has remote access because it does. Now we can access the entire system within 64 blocks, and you can actually create another remote as well that allows you to access it from anywhere. And this right here is essentially what I want to and need to set up for the entire system. So basically we're going to have all of the chests linked together, and those chests will be then set up to a series of auto crafters. These auto crafters will be extracting things from those chests and crafting them down into whatever we need or want them to be. So this one is currently grabbing things from all of the iron chests, in fact. So it's grabbing things from this chest here, that one, and it's going to be crafting all of that down into a bunch of different iron amber. Now, this is going to be getting the iron amber taken out of it by these two connections, put into the furnace, and then smelted down, and then that's going to be basically a free source of iron. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So this right here is basically the system that we need to build for every single one of our resources. And as you can see, we got a lot of resources, and there's multiple resources per row on some of these as well. So basically what this is we have the hopper bonsais, growing things, putting those into a chest. We'll probably swap out these hoppers in the future because the hoppers are getting significantly backed up with items. Regardless of that, those items then go into the compact chest, of course, and then we hook up that to the storage system on the underside of it with a link cable, and then we have our auto crafter. We're going to be putting things into our auto crafter, whatever that may be. In this instance, we're using the emerald acorns. The auto crafter is going to be crafting those emerald acorns into emeralds or whatever we want. It's going to be getting powered from the underside via some of these energy cables, and I believe one of these simple combustion engines should be able to handle multiple of these auto crafters. If not, we can add multiple combustion engines or just upgrade these things in the future. Either way, that is then going to be hooked up to the entirety of the system via a link cable, so we'll be able to actually access the inventory of this and draw from it as well, which then allows us to put things into a furnace and or additional storage. So this one right now is just putting emeralds into this furnace because demonstration, and then it's also getting logs from all the way over there and using those as a fuel, or we can use the leaves as fuel or sticks or whatever we want, basically. And then whenever that furnace is done, it's going to be smelting it and putting it into storage, which will also be hooked up to the rest of the system as well. That way we can then grab it from our central point. And that's really all there is to it. So I need to gather a lot of resources. These auto crafters are not necessarily cheap, and we do not have a way of farming quartz at the moment. And we also need to grab ourselves a bunch of really good furnaces as well. And in order to get good furnaces, you need a bunch of mob essence. And in order to get mob essence, well, you gotta get yourself some mob farming going. So that is kind of the plan. In order to have a full resource automation, we need to do a lot of things. And that is going to do it for today's episode of Sky Factory 4. I hope that you have enjoyed this more technical-based episode. I certainly have. We've gotten a lot of things done, and we're going to get even more stuff done in the next episode as well. So I hope that you are looking forward to it. If you're still enjoying this series and want to see a lot more of it on the main channel, make sure to leave a like on it, watch the videos, share them with your friends, and or subscribe if you already haven't. That way you don't miss future videos. I'll see you guys down in the comment section, and in the next one, thank you so very much for watching. And then there was silence.